Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, and welcome back to another video. So today's video, we are going back to Call of Duty World War II, and I'm just gonna say this right now. I can go on forever, and I mean I will go on forever, how much I love this game. I love the multiplayer. It is by far my favorite multiplayer out of any Call of Duty game that I have played. And the reason why I'm actually making this video talking about World War II is because I actually went back to start playing it again. So now that I'm pretty much done with all my officer rank challenges in Modern Warfare, as well as getting to tier 100 in Season 2, I'm going to pretty much play different games now, different Call of Duty games, or maybe just different games in general. But my brother's actually been going back and playing World War II, and I play with my brother and a friend of ours, and so we decided to go back and play World War II with them. Literally, my first game back, I go on a 19 kill streak. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, the gameplay you guys are watching, I go on a 19 kill streak, which was insane. I did kind of make the mistake staying in this building because the enemy team eventually got better players and they realized that I was streaking up, so they were trying to gangbang me. But, yeah, so that was kind of my mistake, not getting the V2 my first game back, but still, a 19 kill streak. And that totally made me realize how good I am actually at this game. Like, I honestly am very good at this game. I will probably, like, if you put me in any TDM match, I'll get less than 10 deaths. Like, I will seriously, like, drop over 20 kills with, like, less than 10 deaths. Like, I can do really good in the multiplayer for some reason. I'm just naturally good at it for some reason. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I went back to play World War II because my brother went back to it, and so I'm like, wow, this game is still pretty good, you know, even though I've always known this multiplayer has been good. I've always loved the multiplayer here in World War II. But, of course, I realize that how much I really do love this multiplayer now that we've had, like, Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare come after it, especially Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare is like, I can't do good in Modern Warfare. I gotta be honest with you guys. My KD is horrible in that game. There's no way I'll ever get a nuke in that game unless it's, like, maybe an infected. But still, World War II just did so many things right. For example, if we look at the divisions, right? This is a system we've never seen before in a Call of Duty game, and it works out pretty well, and it actually changed, like, halfway through the game's life cycle. Like, they did a huge division overhaul, and just to the multiplayer in general, to make it so much more better than what it was. So, like, if we look at, like, the infantry division, for example, when the game first came out, if you use the infantry division, like, it had, like, its perks and its, like, benefits when you're using that division, but the thing is, if you use like an assault rifle with the infantry division, you got a bayonet on your gun, right? Well, now they made it where the bayonet is an attachment you have to unlock for the assault rifles, and that you can pretty much use that bayonet whenever you want once it's unlocked on any division. So, same with the suppressor on the SMG with the airborne division, right? That's the kind of the thing, right? So, like, it's the same deal with like the bayonet. So, I did think that was a good change. They also made it where they added unlimited sprint, which was quite interesting. Now, before they added unlimited sprint, if you sprinted for a certain amount of time, your character would stop sprinting. You kind of have to regain that stamina, you know, which I actually didn't mind. I actually kind of liked it. I thought that brought in a more skillful factor into the game itself, but they added unlimited sprint, and the majority of the community actually liked it. And it kind of took me a little hard to get used to unlimited sprint. I had to, like, be aware that enemies also had that as well, but for the most part, I actually don't mind unlimited sprint. I mean, I would have not mind if they like not had it anyway, but yeah, even before like the whole overhaul of the multiplayer, I still love the multiplayer, but I do like the multiplayer just a little bit more with the overhaul, which is nice. And I know the majority of the community loves the game way more with the overhaul, so I guess it just benefits everyone in general. And I just want to give Sledgehammer kudos for actually listening to the community. They actually went out of their way to overhaul the multiplayer. Now, keep in mind, if you guys remember during World War II, of course, like, kind of the lead developer of the studio was Michael Condrey, right? And we wanted some changes to the multiplayer, like as community was going out, but Michael Condrey wouldn't let it happen. But then there was like this huge gap of like no communication from Sledgehammer at all, which was very odd, especially from like Michael Condrey. And it turned out like Michael Condrey and Glenn Schofield actually left the studio, and guess what? When they left the studio, Sledgehammer actually made the changes we wanted. So, I mean, I'm not saying that like Michael Condrey and Glenn Schofield held us back from making these positive changes. It's very possible, but it just seems kind of coincidental that they made the changes after they left the studio. And this is why I love Sledgehammer games, because Treyarch and Infinity Ward does not listen to us. Like, I mean, they do, but they just they're they're kind of sticking with their guts, right? They're not having faith in the community, where Sledgehammer has faith in the community, and they're willing to make these changes because they realize, okay, you know what, I think the community is right on these certain parts, so we're going to make these changes. And they decide to make the whole huge overhaul to make the game so much better, which is absolutely amazing. And I just love the fact that the basic trainings in the game, which are essentially like the replacement of perks here in World War II, the one thing I liked about them is that they added more throughout each DLC that came out. I don't think you like got the new basic trainings with DLC. I think they were added to free for everybody. But the thing is that the basic trainings, like, we just got more of them, right? So they added more throughout the game's lifestyle. They even added throwback ones, which I thought was funny, because the throwback ones were like Stopping Power, Juggernaut, the really powerful ones we saw back in the older Call of Duty games like COD 4 and World at War, and you could only use them on like a throwback playlist, which I thought was really fun, and you could still level up, complete challenges and all that stuff. It was great. This game was just so good. Don't forget about War Mode, right? War Mode was pretty good. I like how it was its own individual maps. It was more kind of a strategic way of trying winning and stuff like that. There were longer matches, but there were very good matches that earned XP in. There's also the headquarters, something we've never seen in Call of Duty before as well. The headquarters is basically a social space. I mean, of course, we can't forget like all the memorable moments in the headquarters, like, for example, doing parkour to get like on top of buildings, or doing the sit down emote and sliding around everywhere. That was pretty funny. And then there's me right now. I'm literally in the game right now as I'm speaking, doing jumping jacks, so people can commend me, so I can get social score. I mean, do you guys remember social score? Like, you did get rewards for social score. I do wish they kind of made social score a little bit more rewarding when you reach max level, because getting to max level when having social score, you're basically verified on your name tag or whatever, which looks pretty cool. You're definitely outstanding when you're shown like that. But still, like, getting max social score is hard. I'm very close though, so like literally I would stay AFK in the lobby, just doing jumping jacks, hoping people commend me, and I'll do that like when I go to class or something, or when I go out to do something. I just remember doing that all the time. So like the headquarters is very memorable. The 1v1 pit, the firing range. You can also test out score streaks if you wanted to, especially if you're not a good player at all, like the ball gunner turn. Like, you know, you'll never earn the ball gunner turn in the game, so you can go into the score streak training and use it yourself just so you can see what it's like, which I think is pretty cool. You know, there's just so many things. Of course, don't forget about like the daily challenges that you can earn, the contracts, and when they added DLC weapons, especially when they first started adding DLC weapons, you can earn those weapons directly by completing contracts. They did change it later on because I think Activision realized they weren't making enough money from supply drops, which is really stupid. But still, you can still earn the weapons by saving up armory credits and then buying them in like the Quartermaster. I mean, holy crap, this game, there's just so much replayability value to it. And then even though they added it really late in the game's life cycle, they added Master Prestige rewards. Every like 100 levels, you would get like a cool outfit or an animated camo for your weapon. Which you can kind of contradict with like Chrome camo, right? That's kind of like the dark matter in this game, or Damascus camo, and like how Chrome camo really isn't that worth it because it doesn't look that great compared to like some of these animated camos you can get, which is kind of contradicts itself, but you know, whatever. I mean, I loved the fact that I have Chrome camo and I can show it off whenever I want. But yeah, there's so much in this game I can go up. There is one thing, however, one thing I will complain is about the multiplayer anyway, of course, is the Requisitions basic training. I think we can all agree that the Requisitions basic training sucks. So what it does, it's basically makes your score streak, like, well, you still have score streaks, but like basically the score you would get, when it resets on your death, so you're able to actually earn your score streak still a lot easier when you respawn. But of course you could only earn them once in your life, and they are a little bit more expensive from what I'm aware of, and it's just so stupid. Like, especially people, there are people like be parties of 6 on the shipment playlist, right? And they would use Requisitions, and these are good players using Requisitions, and they'll all get like ball gunner turns, they'll all get like fire bombing runs or just bombing runs in general, and it was just so annoying. It's just, Requisitions should not be in this game. Like, the multiplayer could be so much better without it, especially with the shipment playlist, which is a huge shame. And like, I didn't even talk about the shipment playlist yet. So shipment, right, 1947, is that what it is? 1942, I can't remember the name of it, but basically the World War II version of shipment. Love it. They added that 24/7 playlist of it, never removed it. It's still there to this day. day, and I have huge appreciation for them for that. And when you go back and play, at least when I go back and play the 24/7 playlist, I literally go up against parties of 6 players who are level 1000, and I'm just like, holy crap, like how am I supposed to beat these guys? These are all level 1000s, you know. Oh man, this, and the multiplayer maps in general, like besides the shipment map, are also pretty good in my opinion. The DLC maps, I enjoyed those. Groston House, I think that was a free map to everyone if I'm not mistaken, which was actually a zombies map and they made it into a multiplayer map. Pretty fun map still. The maps I have like no complaints, honestly. Like USS Texas, right? Is that what it's called? USS Texas map. It was kind of like the ship map or whatever. That was an okay map. It wasn't like my complete favorite, but like Flak Towers was really good. Point Mar de Mont or something like that. That was also a really good one. So for the most part, I love the maps in this game, and I know I've been kind of rambling on here for like over 10 minutes, and so I should probably wrap up the commentary. Like I said, I could go on forever how much I love this game. I mean, seriously, there's just so much in this game I love. I'm just naturally good at it. Everything just flowed smoothly, except for requisitions. I think that can go fuck itself. But seriously, World War II is awesome. People slept on this game. Nobody liked this game, it seemed like, and everybody gave it so much crap for no reason. It was perfect. This is the perfect multiplayer I have ever played. Campaign wasn't bad, but I mean, not the most memorable one. And then there's like Zombies, which was memorable, but I don't know if it was like the best memories I've ever had in Zombies. So yeah, multiplayer, hands down the best one. Make sure you guys go back and play it. I promise you, you won't regret it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a like if you did, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more Call of Duty videos in the future. And I shall catch you guys later.